Hi everyone. My name is Tommy. First of all, thank you for the opportunity for me to talk in this event. So I'm Tommy. I'm the CEO of NanoByte Project, and I think this will be the last presentation from the NanoByte team today, because like my colleague Billy already shared a bit on what we represent as NanoByte, our vision, our strategy, and all our like thinking when it comes to like building NanoByte. And then previously, my other colleague Jovita already shared together with Toko Crypto and also Crystal Go team on the planning for listing and launchpad. But I think today I'm going to like share the last part of the presentation from NanoByte, which is what we are building, a bit more like longer term, what we are building after the launching and the listing. The reason I want to like share a bit more on the post listing plan is because we truly believe in NanoByte that our journey actually starts after the listing. Like we believe that like this is not end of the road, right? This is actually the time after the listing. That's basically the time for us to start building, and we want to bring all our community to join us along the journey, right? And our journey again doesn't really stop on the listing date, but also that's actually just a starting point, right? So I guess like today I'll just go some presentation on the planning for listing for the post listing and the roadmap for NanoByte. Maybe we can just go with the presentation. Yeah, next. Maybe before I start, right, just a bit recap on where we are in NanoByte. We actually started like a long way back in November when we started building the community in NanoByte. And in December 2021, we did launch our first investment app that is working with NanoByte as well, where like NanoByte is the exchange token. It was launched, the beta app, on the late December 2021, and in the past like few months, right, we've been like working on like optimizing the system, really like getting more user and really making the apps more stable. But right now in late February, that's basically the time for us to do DEX listing, right? Like what Jovita shared in the previous session. By end of this week, we should get listed on PancakeSwap. And in March 2022, which is like next month, we should be able to like get listed on centralized exchange as well. So right now, we already get confirmation from Toko Crypto. So NanoByte will get listed on Toko Crypto. And obviously, right after that, we need to like keep on building. And I think the presentation today that I'm going to bring is basically some of the details on what we plan to do after the centralized exchange listing. Next. Yeah, so again, right after post DEX listing, we will definitely push for more listing on other DEXs and also centralized exchange, not just Toko Crypto, but other exchanges, both local and global. But I think like what in a previous session, right, Billy already shared a bit that we are really about like building use cases and utility. So in NanoByte token, we will definitely build more use cases on the real world use case, which is the Web2 world. But also we are going to like build on top of the meta world or like crypto and blockchain world, which I'm going to like discuss in a bit more detail right now. Next. Just very quickly, right? When we look at into a quarter by quarter planning, so this quarter we already launched the beta app for NanoFirst, and by end of this week we should get listed on DEX, and the IDO should get completed in the next 2 days. And also in the Q1 we will push for more centralized exchange listing. In a Q2 we will do a lot more like activity that we can do on the meta world. And this is basically like going multi-chain, like building on top of like NFT community, building a lot of like a staking program, which I'm going to share a bit after this. And I think in the Q3 and Q4, this is basically we are building a lot more use cases on the real world, right? On the lifestyle front, on the healthcare front, on the games front, also on the finance front, right? The reason we put the real world use case on the Q3 and Q4, not at the Q2, is because actually the work starts right now. It's just that like you guys know that like when it comes to the deployment of product in real world, it's probably taking more time. So even though that the work actually starts right now, we are looking at the deployment of product in Q3 and Q4 2022. So I just like share a bit more after this, more flavor of what we are building, both on the meta world and also real world application. Next. Yeah, so I think this is the first one we are going to do not long after the listing, which is going multi-chain. The reason we want to go multi-chain is because we believe that there is a lot of growth coming in different blockchain network, and similar to Web2 world, right? When we look at right now, your application, right? It can be built on top of Android. It can be built on top of Linux. It can be built on top of iOS as well. I think we are looking at the similar traction in Web3 as well. Yes, we know there's like one or two blockchain that is getting like more traction than the rest, but we believe that the future of blockchain is also multi-chain. So that's why we do not want to get like be like super like close-minded in one blockchain network as well. And right now, right, if we look at the current token distribution, we have 10 billion token, and all of that is in BSC, right? And we do this because I think it makes sense in our target market, right? Most of our user base is in Indonesia and Southeast Asia, and BSC is by far the biggest the biggest blockchain in the region, right? Because most people like to use BSC because the gas fee is cheaper, for example, right? So it makes sense for us to do listing on BSC because we truly believe that we want to like involve everyone that is interested in the project to join our journey early on, right? That's why we started with BSC. But I think after the listing, we will look into like a lot more development on other chain as well, right? The one that is obvious for us is development on Ethereum network, and we will definitely like burn some token on BAC and bridge it into Ethereum network. And we do this because we know that like, yes, in Indonesia, probably like Ethereum is not as popular. But if you look at global market in general, the number of developers, the number of users in Ethereum is still like the biggest, right? Especially on the developer side. So we do not want to miss the opportunity of growth in the this chain as well. But I think long-term token distribution, right? We are still like looking into like other chain as well to expand, going like multi-chain, because we truly believe that the blockchain is not going to be like one blockchain winning the entire market. It will be like a share of pie, and everyone will have their pie, right? And we're probably going to get like started with the EVM compatible network first, right? Like Ethereum and BSC. But I think we know that, for example, that the chain like Solana is also getting like a lot of traction, and we also want to get into that area, right? Even though that's not EVM compatible. Next. Yeah, maybe like for some people, right? Like maybe some people asking why we want to start with multi-chain, right? Because I think some of the use cases that we want to like push forward is also more suitable in other chain as well. So for example, like one of the post listing plan that we have is building NFT project together with community, right? We want to be very clear here to our users, right? We are in the business of building the use cases and utility for NanoByte token. So the way that we think about it is like NFT can be one of the use cases for NBT, but we are not in the business of selling NFT, right? So right now we are actually trying to get the team from community member as well to really join our journey, to really build this project together with us, because our business is not really in selling NFT. Our business is in building use cases for NBT, right? So we already have this concept, which is NanoPet. It's a collection of like 1,000 NanoPets that is stuck in our NanoFirst, currently trying to go to the moon, right? This is still like a first draft of concept, but obviously once we have people to lead this project, hopefully we can do this forward. And the way that we think about it is all about like building utility for NBT, right? So for example, right, we are going to like build platform that allows minting using NBT. And right now, because of the multi-chain, right, it's already compatible on ERC 721. If, for example, the project wants to like give an option to do like minting both using ETH and also NBT, we can provide grant, we can provide support, we can help them on the development as well, right? And I think when we work with the whole like NFT community, right, we will also allow the NFT holder to enjoy the future utilities that we are building. I'm going to share a bit later. And we are also building our NanoFirst, and the NFT team that partner with us can also utilize this NanoFirst together with us, right? But again, I just want to like accentuate the point that we are not in the business of selling NFT, but we are using NFT as our way to like creating more use cases and utility for NBT. Next. Okay, so the next one, I think this one also like quite fun, right? Because we are going to open our NanoFirst very soon, right? Maybe some of you guys are like questioning, right? Like, okay, the whole like event is called NanoFirst, but like, is NanoByte really like contributing in MetaFirst economy, for example? And the answer is yes. So we will open our NanoFirst very soon in March 2022. It's actually already being built right now, but it's by design we want to share just the sketch because it's actually on the blockchain right now. If you guys like play around on the blockchain, you can find our space. So it will be like one of the largest, the so-called like beach club in MetaFirst. So the concept is actually quite a large land. We have purchased 3 area in Crypto Voxels. It's more than 500 square meter, and because it's also seafront, then we will also be able to like build the area on this at the sea, right? So for example, if you want to do like water attraction and stuff like that, we can also build on top of the sea because like the area is also seafront and the sea is also part of the area we can build. So the NanoFirst for us is actually a place for the NBT holders to hang out, right? It's also like all our community member, and we plan to like open it when we do the Toko Crypto listing, so it's more fun to the community as well. And again, right, the reason we do this is also because one, we want to educate people about what is MetaFirst, and Crypto Voxel is probably one of the most accessible MetaFirst, right? You can do it on your mobile, you can do it on your device, you can do it on your Oculus and stuff like that. All the device actually works for Crypto Voxels, and it's more of an education tool for us. And also, we want to invite a lot of crypto and NFT project to use our NanoFirst, right? And they will be able to use it for free, just like partner with us. But like obviously, right, in return, we want them to give, for example, if they are minting a new project, give the whitelist that can be given to our NBT holders and stuff like that. So I think all of this, right, all our activity on the MetaFirst, creating an NFT, building on our MetaFirst, is all about like creating your use cases and utility for NBT hodlers. Next. Yeah, so I think still on the Meta World application, right? I think a lot of people already asking when are we going to like ship our staking program, right? So staking will also come quite soon because we want people to hold our token long term, right? Because this is not just a buy it right now and like sell it immediately tomorrow project, right? We all want to like build the long-term project. So staking will be happening soon, but we want to make sure that the staking is also quite fun, right? We want to make sure that you can stake your NBT. When we launch our NFT, we can also like stake. You can also stake your NFT project that partners with us. You can also like stake it together with your friend and stuff like that. So I think we want to like create more ways for people to contribute in the staking economy with us, right? And it will be like quite fun because it's not just like staking NBT, right? We want to like build on top of NFT, on top of like all this like MetaFirst we are building in NanoByte. Next. Next, please. Yes. So I already shared a bit on like some of the application that we are thinking to build on the Meta world, right? But I think if you look at our roadmap, right, we want to like build a lot more use cases on the real world. So there is actually a real demand of NBT, right? So we focus on few stuff. And the first one is lifestyle, right? So we already secured partnership with Starpoint. And the reason we partner with them is not because Starpoint is already very big right now, for example, but they're actually a very good partner that can connect us with the more than 1,000 merchants in Indonesia right now, right? So this is already a legal company in Indonesia, and they already agreed to partner with us. So the idea is like we want to make sure that your NBT can be used in all these merchants in Indonesia, right? So you can use your NBT in Tokopedia, you can use it for like Grab voucher, Ismaya, and stuff like that. And I think like if we do it like one by one with all these like merchants, it's going to take time, and that's why we work with the likes of Starpoint, right? That already connects with all these merchants. We just do like one deal with them, like build the platform together to allow your NBT to be used on the day-to-day activity, right? And obviously, right, because we want to make sure people use NBT, right, at during the first deployment of the project, right, we can have a program where, for example, that let's say you want to buy a voucher worth of like 100 US dollar, right? And if you use NBT, it actually will be like 10% cheaper and stuff like that. So I think there is a lot more demand of using NBT, right? So this is the first real life application that we are pushing because I think lifestyle will be very big, and like partnering with Starpoint can open NanoByte to really be connected with all these merchants, right? Not just one big merchant, but like more than 1,000 merchants in Indonesia. Next. Okay, the second one is also on the healthcare. So we truly believe in NanoByte that like healthcare is going to be very important. I guess like most of us already realized this, right? In the past like 2-3 years, we are in a situation of pandemic, right? Even right now, we can only do this event like mostly like online, right? Because of the pandemic, and we truly believe that like healthcare will be like very big. So that's why we also partner with healthcare companies. So this is with Gradam Pharma. This is a listed company in Indonesia as well, and we also partner with them to allow NBT holders to get like all the benefit on the healthcare side, and also integrated with their application as well. Because again, right, we believe that healthcare is going to be a mainstay, right? Like going forward, everyone is going to really need like healthcare, good healthcare quality, and that's why we want to like secure partnership with healthcare provider as much as we can. Next. Yes, and I think last but not least, right? This is actually already like something that we are building right now, right? And I think some of you guys probably like very excited about this development as well. And it's actually on the traditional finance, right? And we are quite lucky that we are supported by Singapore financial sector, and we already like start the groundwork on this as well. And I think right now we want to focus on two fronts, right? The first one is obviously credit card, because I think a lot of people in crypto also wants this like credit card. Right? We did like survey before and stuff like that, and like a lot more people actually wants to get like crypto credit card in Indonesia. And the second one that I think is also important is e-money, right? Because if you just look at the data, right, Indonesia has 270 million population. Number of crypto investors is not even like 10 million people. And if you look at number of like e-money user, is already probably close to like 200 million people. And I think collaboration between crypto and e-money is probably very easy, very important to do in Indonesia to bring more financial inclusion and to really bring crypto to the masses. Because like, yes, crypto credit card is sexy, but e-money is the one that like most people in Indonesia use it, right? Almost everyone already use e-money, and we want to make sure that it get integrated. And obviously, like in all of this, similar to like how we think about NBT in Meta World, right? The holder of NBT will all get like privileged access, right? In like all this like nano credit card, e-money collaboration and stuff like that. And we want to make sure that NBT holders will always be on our mind to make sure that they get the best deal in the market, right? Okay, and next. I think this one is just the last one. I already said this earlier, right? We just started, and the journey actually will start like after the listing as well, and we need people's help. We need your help to keep pushing the NBT further, right? And I think this is just like few things that we need your help on NBT side. The first one is obviously on the PancakeSwap and also Toko Crypto listing that is already like confirmed. And if you guys have community, if you have if you guys have like friends, family, everyone, basically like please help to like introduce NBT to your community, create awareness, like try to like make them like become hodlers, and also like improve our liquidity as well, right? Like join us in our like liquidity program as well, because just after like Toko Crypto listing, we will definitely need to like push for more exchanges, right? Both like local and also global exchanges. And obviously they will all look at that relevant metrics, right? Like number of hodlers, how liquid is our token, and basically like all these metrics will be like tracked after like by all these like centralized exchange, and we definitely need your help to keep promoting NBT. So that's one. The second one is, if we look into like the use cases, right? One, we're building use cases on the meta world, which is like NFT, NanoFirst, other crypto-related program, and we want you guys to collaborate with us, right? Like even for example on NFT project, right? We do not want to like lead it because that's not our main business. Our business is building utility for NBT and not creating NFT project. If you guys want to join our NanoByte project, just like let us know as well. We definitely want to get like support from the community. And on this, we already have the PIC Fandi, and there is a contact here as well. So if you guys want to like help on pushing more use cases on Meta World, please contact Fandi. And on the real world utility, right? Some of you guys have community. We already like prioritize some of the implementation on lifestyle, on healthcare. But if you guys want to push for more real world use cases, you guys probably already know Jovita. Jovita spoke earlier. She's our head of growth. And if you guys want to like help on building on top of NanoByte, especially on the real world and Web2 application, please contact Jovita as well. And I think that's pretty much it from my side. This is just we just started in NanoByte, and it's exciting time for us because tomorrow is the IDO, and the day after is listing, and then like more listing coming up. But the journey just started, and obviously we need your help to join the journey and really walk with us together in NanoByte. Thank you, everyone.